I don't want to get too excited. The problem I keep running into with these shows right now is I'm so fucking excited to play the songs for you that it's hard to kind of keep back in second gear and third gear for a little while. I don't want to be in fifth gear because then you run out of gears mid-set. So I'm going to take a breath. And I'm going to tell you all a story. Because we're actually really close to this guy's hometown, and I'm really hoping to meet him at some point. This is the last tune for right now that we're going to do from the new record, then we're going to go through some other stuff. And this one is a song that I wrote with Matt about a guy from Fort Worth, Texas named Beck Weathers. And I want to meet him. You have met him. He seems like he's a pretty amazing man. Well, I'm glad he was buying beer. He seemed like he probably needed to have a beer after the shit he went through. So his story, for those of you that don't know, this guy is one of the people that was on that expedition in Everest about 10 years ago that went really wrong, and quite a few people died, and they actually left him for dead on the side of the mountain at about 24,000 feet. And he lived. And if you guys know anything about mountain climbing, that doesn't happen. Once you start to fall apart, unless there's a miracle, you don't live. And he was sitting on a place called the Third Col, which is a flat expanse below kind of the final ascent of Everest, and that's where their fifth base camp, the fifth camp up at the top. But he was there was a blinding blizzard. You couldn't see anything, and obviously you're on Mount Everest, and there's 3,000–4,000 foot cliffs all around. Can't see anything. And he was so tired that the Sherpa that came to rescue the people left him behind because he couldn't drag them back to the camp. So the guy's sitting here freezing to death, you know, dying, which is supposedly a peaceful death, of hypothermia, and he has this, as your body slows down, it's kind of, you're filled with a warmth and you kind of let go. And right as he was just probably about to have that final synaptic twitch to just go over into being dead, he had this flash of his family that was sitting at home, and he got up and in the middle of a blizzard walked across this blinding, I can't even imagine what it's like, and made it back to the camp. And when he makes it to the camp, he crawls into a sleeping bag, and he's in, you know, can't even imagine the word for it, but I guess you could call it shock. And the Sherpas are so scared because they had considered him dead. They're scared of spirits, so then they leave him behind a second time. And anyhow, obviously he survived, and his story is really amazing. And sometimes when I see something like that, it really helps to put anything that me or my friends are going through into perspective, you know. So this one's called the Hillary Step.